You can trust my absolute loyalty, my lord.
I think he deserves one more chance. What do you say?
Fine.
I bring good news. My friends in the north tell me Sansa has escaped Winterfell. I expect she's headed to Castle Black, where her brother serves as Lord Commander. But she won't be safe there. Not with the Boltons after her.
She's my cousin. We should help her.
That was my instinct as well. Our Lord has spoken. Gather the Knights of the Vale. The time has come to join the fray.
What up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Vale of Arryn and how Daenerys might be able to bring them to her side. So, as we know, at the end of season 7, some of the power of the Vale of Arryn is in Winterfell with Jon, Sansa, and Arya, but the rest is still in the Mountains of the Moon with their lord. And they're still kind of conflicting whether or not they would want to join a Targaryen king after the Mad King. So here are some of my thoughts as to how they will be able to bring the Vale onto Daenerys' side. Let's talk about the military strength of the Vale. So pre-War of the Five Kings, the Vale was able to muster about 45,000 fighting men amongst the entire Vale, and most of them are mounted knights, which is extremely important in a battle against a bunch of foot soldiers. Those 45,000 can easily be worth 100,000 just by themselves. And also, the Vale of Arryn is known to be impregnable. Many of great hosts have broken themselves against the Gates of the Moon, and they still stand to this day. And then these numbers don't even include the mountain clans of the Moon that used to be fighting for Tyrion during the beginning of the War of the Five Kings. And we might even be able to see Shiger come back, Timett, some of Timett. That would be really cool to see the mountain clans come in and still fight for Tyrion during the War for Dawn. However, true to Game of Thrones and what it's all about, I'm foreseeing some trouble in the Vale. Now, let's rewind back to Robert's Rebellion. When Jon Arryn rose the Vale in rebellion against Targaryens, half the Vale actually rebelled against them in the Battle of Goldtown. I'm foreseeing that happening again in this conflict, where some of the Vale may still try to rebel against Daenerys Targaryen, remembering the Mad King. And that person I'm seeing is actually Bronze Yohn Royce. He's one of the most influential lords of the Vale. And he does not like Targaryens. He is pretty much against the whole Targaryen idea of bringing back the daughter of the Mad King. He is totally against that. So I do see him trying to raise the Vale against her. So how are they going to be able to stop that from happening? There's going to be two steps to this plot that I see happening in Season 8. The first step is they're going to have to capture young Robin Arryn. Jon, Sansa, and Daenerys are no strangers to the idea of a hostage. They all understand what it means. They all understand why a hostage might be necessary for this to happen. Under the pretext of keeping Robin Arryn safe, since, they want all the fighters in the Vale fighting the Night King in the north, they're going to want to bring him to Winterfell. And that's going to keep him in their power. That way the Vale won't be able to rise against them. And then the second part, to keep them in the fold and in the King's Peace, they're going to do a huge marriage plot. And the reason why I want to see this happen is because I just want to see the show use a few more of the book characters that are still out there. So, if you know from the books, Yohn Royce had a niece that he wanted to marry to the heir of the Vale. So what I hope to see happen is in the show, Robin Arryn isn't that weak. He might actually last long enough to have his own son and have his own heirs. So what I want to see happen is, the Robin Arryn of the show get married to Bronze Yohn Royce's niece, Miranda Royce, which will marry the Starks, the Tullys, and the Arryns together once again. And then also in the book, Sansa Stark was betrothed to Harry Harding, who is the heir to the Vale if Robin should die without issue. So I wish to see that actually happen in the show, where we see Robin and Miranda get married, and then Sansa and Harold Hardy get married. It'll be like another thing that happened in Robert's Rebellion, where there were two marriages just to bring Riverrun into the fold, and the Vale, and the North. So I think that would be something really cool to see happen. But as always, this marriage part most likely won't happen. They may still capture Robb and Arryn, but the marriages, just for the sake of too many characters, they may just keep that out of the show. But those are my ideas of what might happen for the Vale. Let me know you guys' ideas in the comments. As always, leave a like if you like the video, and please subscribe for more content. Thank you guys. See y'all next week with my next video.